You know, in Scotland, we'll say things like hang without even hinking, wouldn't we? I mean, I was in a shop the other day, right, and there's a guy in front of me in the queue, and he walked up to the lassie behind the counter, and he says, "Excuse me, hen, I'm looking for a hing he hings with." It's a coat hanger, that's what he's looking for. For the Englishman in. There are some things though, right, that we see in Scotland that I think are actually quite useful, and I think should actually be like added to the official English language, right? Like, for example, we pluralise in Scotland, we pluralise the word you, with an S on the word you say use. But English people, yous don't use yous, do yous? And you know, if yous used yous, it would improve the English language immensely, much in the same way that like potato scone or square sausage improves an English breakfast. This makes it... But that is the most Scottish thing you'll ever hear, the round of applause for the mention of a fry-up. Yes, heart disease, come on. But there are some things that we say here in Scotland that I think, like, can understand people if they're not from here having a hard time, right? I was on the train recently, and there's two wee kids, a wee Scottish boy and a wee English girl, and the wee boy was telling her that he was Spider-Man. Because, you know, sometimes you lie to your job to try and get a girl, right? So... this wee boy's going like that, he's going, I'm Spider-Man, and she went, no you're not. And he goes, I am a. Now she was perplexed by that statement. I am a. She's turned to the dish like, Diddy, what's He's like, it's what they gave the baby Jesus along with the frankincense. No, it's not that. It's not that. I am a, it's a sort of Scottish phrase. It doesn't even really translate directly into English, right? And I actually only realised that recently because I said I am a to one of my English pals and he pulled me up on it. He's like, sorry, can I stop you there? What are you actually saying? You're saying, I am a. Can you just break that down? What does that mean? And I'd never even really thought about it before, so I was like, well, I suppose I'm saying I to mean yes, and am to mean I'm, and to mean are. And she would say, ah. And he goes, hang on, so you're literally saying to me, yes, I'm ah. And I was like, aye. Am I? Can be hard though. Can be hard having a Scottish accent, but I do try and be proud of having a Scottish accent and proud of being Scottish, proud of Scotland as a nation really, because like Scotland has produced some of the greatest inventors and writers, artists, philosophers in the world. In fact, one thing I learned recently, right, is that apparently one of the most influential philosophical concepts was first coined by a Scottish guy, right? Now I'd always thought this thing came from the French philosopher called René Descartes, but apparently it wasn't. Apparently it's actually from the Scottish philosopher David Hume. It's just that when he said it, no one understood what he meant. When he came out with the phrase, I think, therefore, I'm a. Although if any of you are studying philosophy, don't quote me on that, right? It might not be true.